everybody, welcome back again. Yeah, today is Wednesday, and I normally don't do but one video a day, but why not? It's about to come out tomorrow. But hello, my name is Daniel. I'm your host, your guy in a wheelchair.
Guy in the chair.
And today we're going to be enjoying the Critical Drinker of She-Hulk because it comes out tomorrow. So enjoy.
A show that hasn't exactly endeared itself to fans of the comic book character, or the Marvel movies, or anyone else, really. Whether it's the fucking atrocious CGI that looks like something shot out in the early 2000s, or the interviews with the cast and crew that make the whole production sound like a multi-million-dollar coping session for lonely single women staring down the barrel of middle age and facing up to the terrifying reality that their lives are ultimately as hollow and empty as the box of cheap supermarket wine they get through every evening. Still, hope shines eternal when you're a YouTube movie critic. Yeah, maybe we're not going to get gripping, hard-hitting storylines and compelling characters like we've had in none of the other MCU shows on Disney Plus, but what the show does promise us is laughter. Lots of laughter. Because according to the advertising, She-Hulk is a hilarious legal comedy told from a female perspective. Kind of like Ally McBeal meets Sex and the City with a dash of superhero magic thrown in. A show that's all about the everyday reality of just being a regular person in this crazy mixed up world.
So what happens on a regular Tuesday when you just have to do laundry? That's really kind of the slice of life that this show kind of explores.
A lot of documentation, a lot of...
This is the show of legal paperwork.
Yeah.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Why do I get the feeling that the writing staff just really wanted to do a standard sitcom about modern day life and only took on this gig because it was the only way to make it happen? Like, you know how Seth MacFarlane really wanted to do a serious Star Trek show with the Orville, but the only way he could get it greenlit was to make it a comedy satire because that's what everyone expected of him. Well, I'm getting kind of a similar vibe with this. Anyway, I guess it makes sense for this show to be a comedy, partly because the MCU has basically turned into one big joke over the past couple of years, and partly because, to be fair, it's staying true to the source material. The original She-Hulk from the comics was well known for making witty observations about the world around her, breaking the fourth wall on a regular basis, and for her flirtatious wink-wink acknowledgement about the kind of audience that was actually reading her books. Wouldn't expect any of this in the show, though. I mean, I could argue that bringing in a character like Daredevil, who's well known for his dark, brooding and violent persona, and whose dead serious Netflix show basically launched a far superior Marvel TV universe before Disney pulled the plug on it, makes about as much sense as bringing Freddy Krueger into an episode of the Teletubbies, but whatever. To this day, I'm not entirely sure which one's more terrifying. I'm sure they'll treat him with great respect and dignity, just like they did with Kingpin. But the question that comes to mind for me is, if She-Hulk really is a comedy, then is it actually funny? Well, until the show itself comes out in a couple of days, all we've got to go on is a few sample clips that have been released by Marvel so far. The kind of top-tier, cream-of-the-crop content that's guaranteed to leave us soiling our underwear in fits of laughter. Like this one here, where She-Hulk is training alongside, regular Hulk, and being better than him at everything, naturally. Damn, remember when the Hulk was a genuinely terrifying character that teetered right on the brink of being a villain, to the point where even Black Widow was shit scared of Bruce in case he transformed, instead of just being a goofy CGI version of Mark Ruffalo?
I see this as an absolute win.
I'm sure you do, Mark. But hey, there's a joke in here somewhere, right?
Which means that we can drink so much and not get drunk.
Oh, I could.
Wait, what? What the fuck's the point in drinking alcohol if you can't actually get drunk from it? Do you really think people like me drink massive quantities of it every day just because it tastes nice?
Not a great plan.
But not to worry, an even better clip got released a couple of days ago, this time serving as an opening scene for the show, and it's a car crash. I'm sure there's some kind of symbolic meaning to that. Anyway, Jen and Bruce are taking a car ride together, and it made me chuckle the moment I saw Mark Ruffalo's face, because I could practically picture what was going on in his mind. Just smile and do the scene, Mark, so we can get the fuck out of here. To be fair, this is the kind of face that I'd probably have if I had to spend a long car journey listening to banter from Jennifer Walters. Now, I have to admit, given the context of this show and the people writing it, I did wonder how long it was going to be before they started taking pot shots at established Marvel heroes, and as it turns out, not too long at all. Today's object of mockery is Steve Rogers. Why does there seem to be this weird effort to tear down Captain America in these Marvel TV shows? Like, Falcon and the Winter Soldier already had a good crack at making him out to be a selfish asshole for passing on his shield to Sam without acknowledging his privilege and apologizing for his own existence. How dare he? But it always makes me laugh because if he'd passed it to Bucky instead, then he'd have been accused of racism for overlooking the far more deserving black man. It must be great fun playing a game where every possible move results in failure. Anyway, I'm digressing here. Let me get back to Jen and her scintillating banter.
So, back to what I was saying before.
Please, Jen, enlighten us.
Steve Rogers did not have a girlfriend before he went into the service.
That's right, he didn't, because he didn't look like this, and as a result, he was probably passed over by a lot of shallow, self-absorbed arseholes who would prefer to judge a man's worth based on how he looks and how much money he makes. But then again, Steve got turned into Captain America, saved the world on countless occasions, and got to spend the rest of his days with the love of his life, before finally passing on the torch to a new generation, a fulfilled man facing the end of a long and happy life with peace, dignity, and acceptance. While people like you, on the other hand, get to cry yourself to sleep every night after spending another evening alone on the couch with a bottle of wine and a rerun of Sex and the City. Who lived the more worthwhile life, I wonder?
From that moment on, a symbol of America, he is rushed to the front lines, he becomes a war hero.
Now, I don't know, man. If you'd watched the movie, then you'd probably know that Steve was actually used as a celebrity performer and propaganda symbol for quite some time before actually seeing combat. And I'm no expert here, but I'm pretty sure more than a few of these dancing girls got a welcome injection of patriotism between shows, if you catch my drift.
All you're doing is repeating everything that I've already told you about my friend and colleague.
I know, Mark. Isn't it annoying when screenwriters do nothing but rehash previously known information just to fill in time?
Obviously, Captain America was a virgin.
Oh, stop it, Jen. My sides can only split so much. I mean, if this is the cream of the crop that Marvel have chosen to show us to get us fired up for the real thing, then the mind boggles at what might be waiting for us once She-Hulk actually airs. Seriously though, I know these are only a limited selection of clips that might have just been poorly chosen. Maybe the actual show will be a comedy masterclass and we'll forget all the doubts and criticisms that were swirling around it before the premiere. I mean, the head writer wrote Pickle Rick for Rick and Morty, so that gives me some kind of hope that she knows how to work humour and satire into an engaging story, but the problem is that Rick and Morty was a very different show from She-Hulk, made by a very different studio. Call me cynical if you like, but I can't shake the feeling that this is a show written by a group of single women in their late 30s whose main preoccupation is exploring the angst and hang-ups of being a single woman in your late 30s, and so really, that's the only people that it's likely to appeal to. I mean, that's perfectly fine by me. There's nothing wrong with targeting specific demographics and making products designed to appeal to them, but if that's the case, I can't wait for Marvel to start making shows designed to appeal to heterosexual men who enjoy seeing kick-ass heroes, guns, action, explosions, and hot women. But of course, we know that'll never happen. Either way, I guess we'll find out one way or another in a couple of days when the show airs. Can't say I'm exactly waiting with bated breath, though. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now.
Hey guys, I hope y'all enjoyed that quick thing of Critical Drinker, his review of She-Hulk before it comes out. But hey, if you liked it, give one of them comment down below and then subscribe for more. And I'll see you in another video. Bye.